Tyrant pride and law's disdain still bled like men, still cried in pain. But mercy's fire found them fast, and debts were forged that still may last.
Alright there, it's your old mate Yorkie here, welcoming you back to our evening show, where we are working through Wrath of the Righteous, and we have just survived the Vescavor attack, and whoever set us up. Having explored down the tunnels, we've also found a wand, a staff from Marta Zacharias. Seems to be a lich at this point. And now it's time to press on. You can do 45 spaces, so let's take you out. Let's take you down. Unfortunately, it's not enough to take the farts out fully. Okay, that's not too bad. Actually, they can take them out. Not a problem. Got him. The dredgers hitched to the overloaded carriages had no chance of escaping. Their masters preferred death over giving up the cargo without a fight. The wagons were full of treasures, plundered in the chaos of battle for Canabris. 2,000 finance points. Can go take that one on. My goal for, at least my main goal for the main force is to take Daeran to visit his old folks, his old mansion. See what's going on there with Leper. Painful, but not a problem. Not gonna harm them. And that leaves you. Yeah, we lost some folks, but they'll come straight back. 13 footmen, 4 clerics, all recovered. Discarded slaves fought fearlessly and relentlessly, like insects swarming around a flame, without any awareness what they were doing. When the last of the demons had fallen in battle, the Crusaders could finally take in what exactly they'd been fighting for. For many years, these old salt mines had provided the local alchemists with the most valuable ingredients, and now they would do so again. Daily income, material points times 5. And a level here. Magic reserves. Not bad. See what these 4th tier troops are like. Not too bad actually. That might be the worst. Let's send that on to them. Now you lay on hands others onto the ghouls. Nice. Now onto the zombies. Last one of these. And we should just be able to go. Because they might take a night out, but... Or maybe some footmen. It's not going to be enough to mean anything. Down to Loki 13. Yeah, there's another footman gone down. He'll be able to get back up with a little medication in him. That's him. This old Sarkorian graveyard was ravaged by a group of flesh-eating ghouls. They mangled the corpses, turned them into walking dead, but the valuable items buried in the grave proved to be of no interest to them. Magician's Ring. +5 competence bonus on all used magic device skill checks, and increases the save DC against all spells of the illusions. None of us are using illusion spells really, but Ember can have that certainly. One more fight. Okay. I don't like the cultists. They have a nasty ability. Lay on hands there. Next is these. Lay on hands others on them. Down to 28, 24. 3. 20. 19, going down. 15, 13, 12, 9. Yeah, they're finished. Got him. 50 footmen down. All recovered. 7 clerics down. All recovered. The enemy, which threatened to strike at the rear of the Crusader army, was defeated. The Crusaders can approach Dresden with no need to watch from an attack from the rear. Daily income, increased finance points times 100. Right, let's go into Heaven's Edge. I'll lock you up under guard for your own good. You're just a child, and a simple-minded one at that. War's no place for you. You'll hurt yourself, and you'll bring others to the win along with you. Thank you for caring about me. I'm going to be fine. Sut won't let anything happen to me, and I'm not going to hurt other people, not at all. I'm going to heal them. All good. Now we do have these folks here, these enemies. And this is a risky one. Alright. Oh god, I didn't mean to do that, that's for sure. Down. Need to get these into attack. Now. Should have healed them up first. Never mind. Painful. Right. Heal up. Lay on hands others. No, that's self. Others. Heal up the archers again. Brings that down to just this 6. You can lay on hands self this time. Down to 2. Attack coming in. Okay. Get the archers back. You can hold. You can hold. You can hold. We can heal you. Which gets you back within range of the camp, and that got it. Just. 3 Death Knights, 4 Clerics, 11 Rangers, and 45 Archers. And they've all recovered. I just put my not archer thing on. Just close, but we didn't lose any. Crusaders took over the ruins of a Sarkorian settlement and put to sword all the demons defending it. Scouts have reported a sinister-looking lair nearby. And other demons around. So let's keep on it, said Suna. And the Shy Guys. I don't think they're throwing axes. They're not. Good. They're done. All good. Let them rest if I can. Let Sesuna rest if I can. I had to use up quite a bit of magic in the last battle. Looks good. Morale based extra attack. Down to just 12. I don't think they're even going to get another attack after this. There we go. 9 clerics all recovered. Keeper's Canyon used to be an important relay point for the river traffic between Dresden and Canaveras. Now this small but once thriving port town lies in ruins, but its sturdy harbour may still come in handy when the supply of ships from Mendev arrive. Daily income material points times 5. Well, there's a 4 up here. Looks like those are riders. There's a 7 there, which is too much for us right now. Light cavalry, raiders, light cavalry. Play on hand self. And now we will let them heal themselves again. Six, 4, 3, 2, 1, and they're gone. 12 clerics hurt, but all recovered. All of the rapacious mercenaries on their high-mettled horses turn out to be foreigners from an unknown distant land. Among the trophies in the bag of the shrieking leader, the soldiers found an unusual ring. It is a herbal ring. +4 morale bonus on saving against disease, nausea, and sickened effects. Guess I can take that. Actually, no. You can have that, that's fine. Right. Enter Heaven's Edge. Oh, duh. Enter. See what happened all those years ago, shall we? Looks like the otter. Oh no, that's a crusader. What am I talking about?
My not so numerous, but nonetheless dearest guests. About a year ago at my last birthday party, I assured you all that I nurtured a deep-seated hatred for boring people who give protracted speeches in the misplaced belief that their inner thoughts are of any interest to anyone but themselves. Now I am a whole year older and also a full-fledged crusader, an honorable position that requires me to be as dull, pedantic, and vexing as I possibly can. Therefore, a speech it is.
Gotta love the troll.
The revered cleric Nestrin, my guardian and tutor, often told me that those who live a sinful life may expect to join the abyssal hordes after they die. This is why their path is the most despicable of all. A part of their soul may return to Mendev in the abominable form of a demonic invader. Every time we see a demon, we might as well think about it. What if this wretched creature used to be your great-great-grandfather? What if certain parts of this pointy-tailed beauty used to belong to your pious cousin? They say that the demons represent the sins of the souls they are made of. Succubi emerge out of lustful souls. Vandals turn into Abracandilu. Gluttons become Nabasu. I, for one, am determined to commit as many different sins as possible, so that the distributive mechanism of the abyss breaks when it tries to decide what to do with my soul. You, my dearest guests, will be my assistants in this complicated task. Eat, drink, and indulge yourselves in whatever vices you can. Let nobody leave this house as righteous as they entered it. Live every day like it's your last. After all, nobody knows when that day will arrive.
I mean, that is a point. Daeran smirks, finishes his wine, and tosses the glass to the ground. How interesting. Inquisitor Leota whispers in your ear from behind. What do we need to do, Inquisitor? Now that's the hardest part. I need to dive deep into the past of this place, which requires casting several different spells over time. It would be very convenient for me if nobody interrupted this process, especially the Count himself. I don't think he remembers my face, but any suspicious stranger casting unknown spells might attract his attention. All in all, what I want you to do is distract the master of the house. Right now he's playing host in the very place I'd like to start with. Understand? Good luck. Come back to me when the Count leaves. I will tell you everything I managed to find out, and maybe even show you something. Well, we have loot. More loot. Right, we go to the Count. See if we can move him on. I did find some wine which might help. Daeran, who has been watching the guest with an unreadable expression, turns his head to you and says in a casual tone, like he's continuing a conversation that was interrupted. I've always considered myself an aesthete, not a hero. When doomsday comes, I thought I'd pour myself a glass of 100-year-old wine, sit in the front row and just watch the world burn. Playing the violin was also an option. Now I'll be damned if I know how I ended up in the Fifth Crusade. How did I become the companion of a heroine chosen by Arandae? As our destiny turned up together, Daeran snorts and averts his eyes for a moment. Oh, do go on. Spill wine on Daeran's suit. Oh, I am sorry, I didn't mean to. And did you also not mean to ruin a suit that cost more than a thoroughbred? Don't fret, I have a spare. Just you wait, and when I return I shall look even more stunning. Well, that's taking the party inside. Thankfully these plants are in a miserable state. They've been neglected for many years. I see that you did your part, Commander, thank you. Now get ready to watch and listen closely. I will unravel the past of this place and try to show you whatever I find. The hum of voices, laughter and music fills your mind. Then the visions come, fragmented and hazy at first, before eventually coalescing into to reveal a single face. It is a woman of stunning heavenly beauty, and her delicate features instantly tell you who she is. The family resemblance to Daeran is obvious. My dear guests, the Lady of Heaven's Edge welcomes you all today. I hope this day is as bright for you as it is for me. Because on this day, my only precious, sometimes arrogant, but utterly beloved child was born. A child is usually a reflection of their parents and caretakers. Countess, will you allow the humble tutor to give this young man to address the guests and the man of the hour as well? A new face appears. It's a handsome old man with a strong, dignified posture and a voice that emanates power. Can't we have just one day without your sermons? It's my birthday after all. 10 years ago, the young Daeran had an utterly angelic appearance. His table manners and expression lacked the dignity of a true angel, however. Day, I'm sure the revered Nestrin only wanted to hug you and offer his best wishes on your birthday. Wait, what's that noise? The shrill laughter rings in your ears and reverberates in the base of your skull. In the vision, a Lilith appears before the guests of the estate and gives them an exaggerated, scornful bow. The sorceress of evil has come to your celebration, mortals. Did you prepare a treat for me too? Why, what do you want, spawn of the abyss? I've already done everything I wanted to. Hey, you, doddering cleric, look around. Don't you notice anything odd? The plague is in your wine, in your food, in the air around you, in your blood. Soon you will all die. Pray to your pathetic goddess and call upon your healing powers all you want, but they're not going to help you. Nothing will help you. I will give you the chance to see it for yourself. And when I return, the grave realization will have already sunk its teeth into your throats. Oh, how I love watching mortals in their final, desperate hours. The demon finishes a speech with an air kiss to Daeran, making him freeze in horror, and then disappears. Leoda shakes his head and slowly exhales, rubbing his temples. The first appearance of the disease and the Lilitu, one of the many sisters of the accursed Menago. So far, everything I've seen matches the official version of events. Who are the people in the vision? Countess Selena Arandae was Daeran's mother, and one of the most beautiful women in the history of Mendev. She was an Asimar just like her son. The old man is the esteemed cleric Nestrin, our Count's guardian and tutor. He was well known for his unfaltering faith and iron will. I was only passing acquaintances with him, so I can't tell you anything more than that. I didn't recognise the others, but Daeran told me that the first victims of the disease were his second cousin and cousin's wife. Hailing from the eastern border. Surely the clerics could have done something. I can't say for certain, but I believe there was nothing he could have done. Magical diseases are already difficult enough to cure, and this plague struck very fast indeed. Now we must find out what happened next. So what now? I can sense the aftershocks of a very strong outburst of emotions and memories. Somewhere in the west wing of the house. Something must have happened in one of the rooms. So please check if anyone is in there and distract them if need be. Alright, into the house.
We march ahead.
Alright, off we go. Now the other side.
Leads on.
Try down here first. The door is sealed and looks like it hasn't been opened in a very long time. Told you having fun in here? Fair enough, I'll leave it
I
be.
will guide us.
Alright, Daeran's there. Let's get everything else out of here first. Now, was there, wasn't it? And that is clear purpose. These bracers allow the wearer to cast healing spells without provoking attacks of opportunity. Daeran, that seems like it's something for you, doesn't it? Except you can't wear them. But what about you? You can. But is a +1 any particular use anyway? What about you, Soziel? You do healing spells as well, don't you? We'll give them to you. Let's talk to Daeran. Daeran arches a brow at you, but he doesn't seem to be disturbed in the slightest by your entrance. He's not trying to cover up or get dressed any faster. Commander, I assume you have an urgent matter that requires my attention? Right, get Camille to dance with him, get Silo to dance with him. Soziel to draw a portrait, a nude one. Make a list of all getting now. Let's see if we can get him to do that with Soziel. That sounds like a fine idea. Athletic will surely turn down a direct request, but I tell him we can sell the portrait as a charity auction. Why have I never thought of selling my nude portrait at a charity auction? It will cause a huge scandal, but it will also be good for a good cause. This will give those god botherers something to complain about. Alright. You got a brilliant idea, and he's off. He's off. See if he can get a nude portrait, and Leota should be coming in. I see that you were able to do as I asked. Prepare yourself, this vision might be rather difficult to watch. Young Daeran stands motionless by the Countess's bed. His face is pale with fear, and for good reason. His mother's heavenly beauty is gone. Her smile, once beaming with vitality and happiness, looks more like the grimace of a corpse. Only her golden hair still glows, a sad reminder of the healthy young woman she was just a few hours ago. Mother? Can you hear me, Mother? Day, my boy. How did you get here? The Countess's voice is fading. Don't come any closer. This disease. Mother, listen, the Reverend Nestrin has sealed the gates. He says that he won't let anyone leave the estate. If the plague reaches the larger settlements, nobody will be able to stop it. He claims this is why the demons attacked us in the first place. They knew that we would call upon the strongest clerics to heal us, and those clerics would catch the disease and die as well. The fat Baron and his family tried to escape, but 3 armed paladins barred their way and said they would not let them go. Mother, we need help. Canabras is full of clerics, wizards and demons, knows who else. They might know how to stop it. We need to get there as soon as possible. We must obey the Reverend Nestrin. We are the lords of Mendev, and we must protect our people. If it reaches Canabras, thousands of innocent people will die. I don't care about any innocents. Daeran's voice rises to a shout. You're ill, Mother. You're dying. You must tell them to open the gates and take you to Canabras. They won't listen to me, but you're the lady of the estate. They can't refuse you. I can't. I must. Please leave, my dearest. Don't lose hope. You can still. A convulsion overtakes the Countess's body. Her last words are swallowed by a long guttural groan. Leota wearily rubs his temples, but his face is unreadable. Now I have an answer to one of my many questions. Nobody went to Canabras in search of help because the revered Nestrin didn't let them. He valued the safety of the city more than the lives of his flock, the estate. What a difficult choice it must have been. Was there really no other choice? Who can say now? They could have sent one of the paladins to bring help from Canabras, assuming that the Knight of God was immune to the disease. Perhaps Nestrin thought he might need them to maintain order. Okay. Or maybe he understood. The demons would not allow anyone to leave anyway. Or maybe the plague was so strong that he could mow down even the most righteous warriors. We'll never know if any of those hypotheses are true. Leota rubs his chin thoughtfully. I have never been in the revered Nestrin's position, but I know the price of difficult decisions, especially those that you have to make quickly. I have no right to judge him, but we must continue our investigation. The next site I'd like to examine is the Great Hall. This is where we found the remains of Nestrin and the demons. I assume that he killed them in a confrontation, but we must make sure of that. Please help me clear the area so I can study it. Alright, out to the Great Hall. And once again, moving Daeran on. Stop trying to talk me into this. You have neither heart nor conscience, Daeran. Even the noble idea of charity becomes so fast when you touch it. Okay, I don't think these so-called innocents will suffer from knowing their money and medicine came from a simple silhouette. I honestly don't either. Alright, that is a feverish glint in Daeran's eyes, owing to either tipsiness or some overabundance of emotion. Oh, there, Leon Saltshade. That rotter Soljail refused to catch me the need for charity, but it didn't upset me too much. The face he made when I was explaining the idea to him were worth it. He looked very much like the pious matron being confronted with a talking male organ, one that was 2 foot long and being held aloft by a pair of golden angel wings. How are you enjoying my party? Having a good time? How about you, Daeran? Are you having any fun? Of course I'm having fun, Daeran says defiantly. What's wrong? Do you want me to spend my whole life in fear and mourning? Blaming myself for what happened? Fine, let's change the subject. I thought the unique ambience of Heaven's Edge and the fact that we're on the very border of the world wound would make this celebration special. I thought the past would resurface and make itself known. Daeran smirks bitterly. Well, I seem to have... it seems even ghosts don't wish to attend my parties anymore. What can we do to liven up the event? The more I observe you, the clearer it becomes. You're hiding something or trying to run off from something. Oh, now I can't decide if you're talking like an inquisitor or a self-proclaimed confessor. I hate both equally, of course, and it doesn't matter if you're about to just let pour my heart out to you or make an honest confession of my misdeeds. The very thought of having such conversations makes my head hurt. I need some fresh air. There he goes. Here we are again, Commander. The Order looks grim but focused. So let us take another glimpse into the past. A ripple of laughter flows through the hall. It begins as a sweet charming chuckle, but then turns into a rasping cackle that makes Daeran huddling deeper into his corner. Why are you running from me, my sweet little prince? The booming voice of an old man dressed in Arandae robes shakes the walls of the hall. Get away from him, demon. Let the boy go. By the blade of the inheritor, you touch him only over my dead body. You are pathetic, old cleric. Are you the guardian of this charming little prince? Well, you guarded him in vain. The disease is already circling in his blood, and soon he will not... not rot. No wonder I can't read it. Rot before your very eyes. You won't be able to help him. I can at least make his death is beautiful and clean and sweet. Demoness turns her eyeless face to Daeran and licks her lips. A coarse laugh escapes the man's throat. We'll see about that. The Otter turns to you in astonishment. Droplets of sweat glistening on his temples. Something is wrong, Commander. My spells are not working as expected. It's as if some kind of supernatural explosion occurred here 10 years ago, blending everything together. The magical auras, the emotions, the memories. I'll try to read them again. Continue. Just give me a moment to focus. I will try to channel my vision and the feelings to you as accurately as possible. Daeran, my boy, what's going on? The Otter's muscular shoulders suddenly begin to shake. The vision he's channeling does not change, but you feel something enormous and chilling silently infiltrate the reality around you. The presence of this nameless being becomes almost palpable. Some alien entity is talking to him. Hurry up, old cleric, stop him right now. Do you really want to see what happens when... Save me. Can you save me? The presence sickens into something more tangible. The entity is silent, but you feel your blood pulsing on your temples, and each beat begins a new image, or rather, a new notion. Help brings a feeling of relief and safety. Exchange makes pull stronger, more demanding. Gate and secret come immediately afterwards. Yeah, this is not a good situation, is it? The images become heavier, more visible. Secret. Keep the secret, otherwise death, 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 death. The gruesome images swirl through your mind, filling it with pain and fear, and then it all starts again. Help, exchange, secret, death. Nestor stretches his shaking hand, suddenly looking like a doddering old man, instead of a mighty cleric imbued with holy power. Daeran, wait! The thing you're about to let loose is even worse than these demons! Daeran's body is quivering like a taut bowstring. His eyes dart from the cleric to the demoness, who is frantically casting protective spells. Demons, saints, I'm so fed up with all of you, burn! Well, the order's down. Alright, let's see what he has to say for himself after that little debacle. The order opens his eyes with a groan, then gets back on his feet. His legs are wobbly, his eyebrow is cut, but he seems not to notice. Sincere sorrow is written on his face, as well as a strong hint of horror. What a misfortune. No, what a disaster. Everything is far worse than I imagined. Do you understand now what happened 10 years ago? The Inquisitor slowly exhales through clenched teeth and says in a low voice, still massaging his temples, yes and no. Damn it, my thoughts are astray. I will try to explain everything to you in full detail. Many things, living things are capable of performing the most extraordinary feats, good or bad, when a deadly threat looms over them. 10 years ago, the Count found himself cornered in every sense of the word, and he allowed some alien entity to intercede for him. It frightens me that all my experience as an Inquisitor is completely useless in this case. It does not resemble anything I have ever heard or read about. This entity, I think I will call it the Other, possesses uncanny power. It was capable of instantly killing 3 greater demons, a mighty cleric, and a host of other mortals. You saw everything yourself. What's even worse is that this entity, this Other, it's still here. The Other takes a long pause. His gaze is drawn to the chamber where all the guests are laughing and dancing. Daeran's eloquent voice rises above the music for a moment. He's asking someone to bring more wine and add more logs to the fire. I don't know exactly what this creature is, but I know what it did to the Count. It turned him into a living gateway. The Other is not inside the Count's body. It is not directly controlling his mind. That's why there are no obvious signs of possession. But it is, looking through his eyes, it treats him like a window into our world, and it can instantly step through it to wreak whatever havoc it wants. Does Daeran know anything about this? Oh yes, of course he does. Did you hear what the Other tried to convey to us? Help in exchange for a secret? Death? Death to those who know the truth? It wants to have an opportunity to use the Count as a gateway, without anyone knowing. It's what made Daeran deny that he remembered anything about the conclusion of the events at Heaven's Edge. What might the Other want? This is the strangest thing about it. It came to this world 10 years ago and it's still here, right? All this time it's been watching us through the eyes of the Count. Had it, for instance, wanted to kill Her Majesty the Queen, it would have had plenty of opportunities to do so. The Count can get close to practically every influential figure in Mendev, but the Other refuses to, or its interests lie in some other place, some other sphere. Did the Other kill everyone then? Therese was not to blame. Not everyone, just Nestrin, his paladins, and a few remaining guests. Damn it, I know it was the work of a mysterious omnipotent entity, but it still stinks. I was here 10 years ago and I didn't check everything personally, and those who did failed to sense that something was wrong. Could the Other be the reason why my companions keep finding severed heads among their belongings back in Canavres? Seems very likely. I'm almost certain you're right. People tend to lose their heads when they get too close to Counts. Anyway, I do apologise, that was inappropriate. Perhaps your gruesome findings of the heads of some cultists, are the heads of some cultists who tried to kidnap the Count during Canavres slaughter. Or perhaps they'd provoked the Other in some other way. Alright. We have to do something. I'm sorry, I'm getting tired, so I'm not going to run this one long. Yes, now I understand Father Nestrin perfectly. I must make a crucial decision despite the dearth of information. The Inquisitor falls silent for a while. Then he looks you right in the eye. Commander, first and foremost, I must apologise to you. Second, I must ask you to keep this a secret. What are you sorry for? I apologise for dragging you into this mess. You see, the Other, an entity of immense power, stated very clearly that it would kill anyone who found out the truth. Anyone who knows that the Count is actually its living gateway. I suppose this secret is currently known to 3 people on Galarian. You, me, and Count Arandae. And that means... why should I keep it a secret? As soon as the Count finds out that we know his secret, the Other will understand it as well. We do not know what it is and what exactly the scope of the powers, but we do know that it will dispose of anyone who might reveal its existence. I've made a decision, Leota says gravely. I will not tell anyone about the discovery we made. Not even about the Queen or my superiors. Not even the Queen or my superiors. Instead, I will go immediately to Norosian and sift through all the archives of the Inquisition in order to find out what exactly we are dealing with and how it can possibly be defeated. I may also make some cautious inquiries in other places, including Absalom. Still, I will not reveal the truth until I have found at least some reliable information. I'm asking you to do the same. Specifically, do not say a single word about our investigation of the Count himself. What are you going to do with Daeran himself? At the very least, he's guilty of... no. Fine, I'll keep it a secret. Leota lets out a sigh of relief. You made the right choice. I recommend that you go back to the guests. Spend the rest of the evening as you please. Anything else might raise suspicions. I must leave immediately in search of knowledge. We all need to go separately. Farewell, Commander. May the light of Arandae guide your path, and Leota Hogblade will try to keep your path to triumph clear of any unwanted guests. Alright, so that's done. Now we can leave. I'm going to come back to Current Glen some other time. We got some fatigue going on. Anyway, we're around an hour, and I'm dozing, so I'm going to stop there, rather than put out any more less quality entertainment. See you next time, when we will do the underground hideout, and probably have a little explore up here if there's anything. There may not be. I will see you then.
Thanks for watching, for being around, for every message, reaction, all the joy we found. To the quiet, the loud, the sharp and the sly, you're the reason I'm leaving with my spirits high. So hit like, leave a word or tap that sub. If you laugh, cry to mock my stuff. Every click helps the channel grow and lets me keep on with the show.